It's Scott, aka Sydney MGTOW here. It's a Friday afternoon and I am knackered. I have been driving all week and I wish that whoever is messaging me on WhatsApp would fuck off for a moment. But it's alright, I'll leave that. It's all good. They'll go away. Yeah, so today is Ask Me Anything Friday. I've done one of these before and I wanted to do one again. You guys can basically just throw the questions at me and I'll be happy to answer and give my opinions, give my input and my thoughts on absolutely anything you guys want to ask me. Hey, what's going on, Saomi and Bob? Welcome to the stream. You guys got any questions for me on this Friday afternoon? Harmonic Live, yes, I do. I have comprehensive car insurance. So even if I'm at fault for anything, I will be covered for any damage to myself and other people's vehicles and property. So good thing to have. Very good thing to have, especially when you damage your side mirror on a post. Yeah, so guys, I just come back from Tamworth today. Feeling absolutely knackered right now. So tired, cannot wait to sleep tonight. I'm just completely screwed. Who else we got in the box here? I see we got 5 of us in the box. Smash that thumbs up, guys. We got any questions, feel free to throw them at me. Bob says, are you going to treat yourself on the 14th? Bob, you and I both know the 14th is the biggest load of shit. The only thing I'm going to treat myself to is watching all those poor simps paying for everything at dinner and buying chocolates and roses and shit, while I save my hard-earned cash and, you know, just kick it by myself and do my own thing. Ralph says, Darius had a stream tonight. What's up, Sydney? Hey, what's going on, Ralph? Welcome, bro. Welcome. Hey, Dave. How you doing? For those who've just joined us, smash that thumbs up button. This is Ask Me Anything Friday. Any questions you have for me, anything you want to know from me, I'm basically just here to answer absolutely everything that you could possibly ask me. Can't wait to eat something. Xiaomi, the 14th is shit holiday. I never celebrated it. Good on you. It is a shit holiday. It's kind of pointless in my view. I don't really get the value in it myself. Oh yeah, I think I made some edits to okay. Just checking out some edits that YouTube made to the creator side of things. Am I going to consider working out and getting some gains, says Bob. Yeah, you know, I certainly do want to do that. I do want to work on my physique and build that up. Everything is a matter of priority for me. I can't remember the name of it, but I did a video on that just in the last week or two. I think it was called Something's Gotta Give, and it basically talks about the things that are important to you in your life and in what period. And you know, right now that is something I definitely want to look at doing, but it's not my priority right now. And with the amount of stuff I've got going on and with how tired I've been and how drained of energy I've been, it's just simply not something I can prioritize if I want to get to my big goals in the long term. I need to start working on them now. The other stuff can come. I am trying to eat healthy, and certainly, you know, where there's exercise where I can walk, or, you know, even if people ask me to, you know, help out with some heavy stuff like moving or whatever the case may be, you know, always happy to exercise my physique in that way, but it's not something I guess I'm systematically and routinely focusing on at this point in time. Xiaomi says, do you do pump and dumps? Yeah, so Xiaomi definitely have done that in the past. Also have, you know, been in, I guess, well, longer than just pump and dump, but at the same time, I don't cohabit, just don't do it, and I don't do marriage. I've been married before, never again. Don't do marriage. I don't do, you know, Valentine's Days and all that bullshit. Bob, see, that's something I've been trying to work out in this week, man. The ebook. I've just been so unbelievably under the pump. Like, I cannot even begin to tell you. And my boss went with me on my trip this week, and I had a like I was running a tight ship. Like I had the timetable all set out. And he's like, oh, I just want to sit and do some emails at the coffee shop. Then fucking 3 hours goes, then kicks my whole day out. And then the appointment from that afternoon gets kicked back to the next day. And, you know, whereas I would have finished the appointment and then driven 3 hours to the next town to start there, I've now got to do that appointment at 9 a.m. the next day and then drive 3 hours, so I'm not there till midday, and that pushes everything else back. And today he wanted to stop in a Muswellbrook, and I was like, oh, fucking hell. He goes, oh, only 10 minutes, only 10 minutes. Of course, it was like an hour. So, I mean, I was meant to be home at like 4 or 5 o'clock, and now, what time is it now? It's ridiculous. It's way past the time I wanted to be home, like 8:20. So, yeah, I'm sorry about that, Bob. Something that I'm heavily focusing on this weekend. I want to have it out by the end of the weekend. It's taking too long. I'm really sorry. It is a big priority of mine, but obviously my first priority is putting roof over my head and paying the bills and getting ahead so that I can buy some investments to keep the income flowing when the income's not there anymore. I'm going to answer you in a second, Dave, but Xiaomi just said, what do you think of trannies being MGTOW advocates? Look, I think that I support anyone who wants to be an advocate for MGTOW if they understand why people go MGTOW. Right? I think because you get people saying, oh, well, you know, you're a tranny, you can't support MGTOW, or, you know, you're a woman, you can't support MGTOW. I actually disagree with that. Right? Some people, they actually understand why it is that men go MGTOW, and they empathize with that. And they've actually got respect for where those men are coming from, and they respect that they put the priority on themselves, and they respect that they can actually work on their craft and build themselves up rather than needing validation from a female or a woman to, you know, essentially give the tick of approval for who they are. So yeah, look, I think trannies and women and people that aren't MGTOW can certainly be advocates of MGTOW. But certainly, you know, if you're either a man going your own way or you're not. And I don't believe that going into marriage or cohabitation is a good method by which to achieve the outcomes that MGTOW delivers. That's my personal view. Anyone that has a different view, I don't disrespect that. But that's just from my perspective and my life experience. That's how I feel. Toxic white male said, wife beater, bro. And said, what if I would like kids, but I'm scared to get married? Toxic white male. From one toxic white male to another toxic white male, as feminists would call it. I totally understand where you're coming from. I truly, genuinely do. Me personally, I want kids, right? I want kids. But I don't want to get married again. I don't want to get fucked over if my partner decides to leave me and take the kids with them. I don't want to go through that. Think any of us want to go through that? This is part of my purpose why I do this. Because I want to deliver something to you guys. I want to actually deliver an outcome that is changes of legislation. I want to deliver an outcome that is men saving themselves from themselves. I want to deliver an outcome that is educating women on why we're actually going our own way and what they can do, right, to actually be better people and to advocate for fairness. Whether they do or not is obviously a totally different story. But, you know, I think that, you know, when we're talking about kids and getting married, like a lot of us men, especially, you know, alpha males, that's part of our biology, part of our DNA. That's what we want to do. That's why we exist, you know, because we want to reproduce, we want to have family. But how do we do that in this toxic legal landscape that is the Western world? Xiaomi says, yeah, I advocate for men not to get married or get in relationships with women. That's what I advocate for in MGTOW. Exactly, Xiaomi, and you know, I know you're trans, and I can respect that that's your view. And I thank you for understanding where men come from. Because it's just how it is. Xiaomi says, I send thirsty guys in my inbox to either my channel where I talk about MGTOW or other MGTOW channels. Bob says, did you know that Nerd Going His Own Way on YouTube has a big archive of Big John's videos? Yeah, Bob. So Zeitgeist Eater actually backed up all of the MGTOW channels. I have my channel backed up as well, so just to let you know. Yeah, and for sure, maybe a sperm donor is a good idea, toxic white male, by way of surrogacy, a proper legal arrangement with, everything drawn up legally so that there's no ownership or claim to that child by way of the mother or anything later down the track. Because, that mother who donated the egg, they might say, oh, well, I'm going through a tough time and I want a kid. How about I just take my kid back and I get the child support? Go fuck yourself. It's not how it works. Now hey, what's going on here? I guess I'm sitting in the car, guys. Harmonic Life says, you look tired, take a break from videos. Man, you know why? I am tired, but I'm also a man of my word. This is something very important to me. When I say to you guys that I'm here for you guys and I do this daily because you're important to me, I mean that I do this daily because you guys are important to me. I might be tired, I might be exhausted, but rather than just going, oh, fuck it, it's too hard, I'm tired, I'm just going to go home and sleep. You know what? I stop and I pull over the side of the road and I do this for you men because you're important to me. Every single one of you watching this chat right now, you're important to me. And I want you to know that, truly. And that's why I dedicate myself to this every day, even if it's late. I always make sure I take the time to drop my daily red pills for you guys. Bob, understandable. Yeah, thanks, man. I appreciate that, Bob. But yeah, I'll definitely let you know as soon as possible when it's out. Dave says, I got a question. Sandman describes different levels of MGTOW. Are you familiar with this, and what level MGTOW are you? Look, I am familiar with that. I'd probably say I'm maybe around 2.5, 3, or so, or roughly about that. Just, I don't want to I don't want to go full monk. I still do like contacts with women. I still do like the intimacy, but at the same time, I gotta look after myself. Shit, man, everyone's messaging me. Bob, yes, I do keep in contact with my ex. So not for any other purpose than to remain amicable while we go through our property separation. It's very expensive to go through a financial separation post-divorce, especially when they're still living in the house, which is pretty shit. Ralph says, you're committed. Thank you, sir. Thank you, Ralph Wiggum. I truly do it for you guys because you matter. You really do, and I want you to hear what I know, because I know a lot about women and I know a lot about male and female nature. I know a hell of a lot about human nature. I know a hell of a lot about neurology and about the way that people think, and the way that memories are created, and the way that emotions are created, and the way that you can rewire those emotions and associations with things. I've studied NLP. For those of you who don't know what that is, it's neuro-linguistic programming. It's understanding how we send and receive information through our senses, and how we interpret information based on the framework of our existing worldview, which is formed by our past experiences. So, I'm very... And this is why you guys get some really interesting perspectives from me, maybe in ways that you haven't previously had it. And things that may not have previously been said, or if they've been said, they haven't been articulated in the same way. Because I know things that other people don't know sometimes. Give me a second here, guys. What's going on here? So I just got a text from my my housemate's daughter. She's like 25. She goes, remember that time you were... Oh my God, remember that time you were busy making videos in your room, which was, talking to you guys, and I asked you to help me with a cockroach in my closet? It just came out at me. This is why they need men. Like, oh, I don't need no man. I don't need no man. Next minute, cockroach. Oh, where's the man at? Need the cockroach killed. That's what I thought. Hey Godbother, what's going on, man? Welcome to the stream. Thank you for joining us tonight. I appreciate you. Yeah, look, Bob, fortunately, she, look, obviously she's self-serving in many ways, but at the same time, she's emotionally attached to her car, which I have the registration over. She also, I'm on the loan for, she's paying the loan for the home at the moment. I'm paying the loan for the investment properties which I'm keeping. Like, not going to go too much into all the details. There's not a huge amount of equity in the investment properties, so it's part speculative and also part long-term strategy. But I just want to chip away some of that. And God Botherer says, I'm sick of it, Sydney. I'm sick of baby boomers. I'm sick of people who demand I risk my life to give them luxuries. However, they can't do the simplest of tasks for me. I'm over it. Exactly. People can't do the simplest of tasks for you. You work so hard to give everything and you get so little in return. And this concept of mutual reciprocity, it's so important. Right? And I've told this story before. I got this friend who used to run a catering business, and now she's got a different business where she manufactures things for shows. Obviously don't want to dox anyone by going into detail about that. But I go over there and fix her IT stuff, and she makes me like a 5-star dinner, right? Easy for her to make the dinner, easy for me to fix the technology. That's mutual reciprocity, right? We've been good friends for many years. She's always been a kind person. I've always been a kind person. That's why it works. We're on the same page, right? There's nothing going on between us. Literally just friends, and have been for very many years now. And it's kind of good. Charlie Brown says, did you see the poll on AFA about if men should be a white knight and help single mothers with prams on public transport? Look, Charlie Brown, I think that it's women should be helping women as well. I think that just genuine kindness. See, here's the difference between good men, right, and good women, if there are any, good men and good women, and white knights. The white knights come in because they think they're going to get some sort of validation or recognition from it. Whereas me, like if I see anyone struggling, right, if I see a father pushing his pram onto the bus, I'm going to help lift that pram up if he's struggling with it. Just as I will with a mother. Because I care about the kid more than I care about the person. But I also, it's no skin off my nose to do it. But it's when you actually start going and putting yourself out. And you start putting yourself at financial disadvantage to white knight. It's when you start wasting your time that you could be using somewhere else more important to white knight. It's when you start to put your needs before others that you're white knighting. And I don't think that's healthy. But I think it's a good thing to be kind towards others. Dave says, I'm pretty much a monk. I haven't worked out yet how to enjoy the intimacy, but not get emotionally attached. Yeah, it's tough, man. It's tough. I get you. God Botherer says, I risk my life every fucking day working in industry for these feminists and foreigners to have white man luxuries, but they're too lazy to get my simple, unskilled food request cooked. Fuck it. Exactly, God Botherer. And I love all those memes, how, of course there's been a whole heap of thing about sex dolls recently, and it's more, a lot of guys are talking about it, but it's more just to stick it to women, like, we don't need you, like, all this time you thought we needed you, and all you had to offer was pussy, and now we've got the sex dolls, so we didn't even need that from you. And they're like, oh, how's a sex doll going to cook and clean and look after the kids? It's like, what, bitch, for the last 20 years you've been telling us that you're not here to cook and clean and look after the kids, and now all of a sudden there's a piece of rubber that we can stick our dick in and we don't need you, and now you're all like, oh, but the sex doll can't cook and clean and look after the kids. Fuck you. You don't know what you're talking about. You just make shit up as you go along to try and make yourself look more important. Ralph says, hey, Sydney MGTOW, my buddy has that has had back in various ways, is about to make a huge mistake and move into a place with his needy girlfriend. How can I drop red pills? My friend is worthy of my reciprocity. Let me tell you how, Ralph Wiggum. www.youtube.com/SydneyMGTOW. That's how. And get him onto MGTOW 101 as well. And any other MGTOW channels that you think have value. And you've got to get him in touch with stand-up men as well. Because, mate, the things that us men have been through. You know what, Ralph Wiggum, I'm going to tell you what. You flick me an email with some contact details. I'm happy to speak to him one-on-one. I'm happy to do that for him. Because if he's a friend of yours, then he's a friend of mine. And I want to help the guy out. So Yomi says, yeah, God Botherer, most women can't cook without a microwave. Amen to that. Charlie Brown says, I stopped helping people in real life fixing computers. I'd put in time, energy, effort, and just get blamed when they infect their PC with spyware and get zero help when I need to move house or anything. It's all one-sided and feel used and abused. Absolutely, Charlie. I'm very selective with who I help these days. I help the people that appreciate it. I help the people that show gratitude. I help the people that do things in return. Everyone else can go screw themselves. Bob, people need to reciprocate when you show kindness or ditch them. Exactly. If they're not showing kindness, if they're not showing reciprocation, fuck them off. See you later. Godbrother says they don't care about kids. Children these days are nothing more than fuck trophies for professional parents. Exactly. Oh, look how beautiful my kid is. Yeah, it looks like you when you were young. That's what fucking biology does, you dumb bitch. Hang on. Here we go. When sex robots with actual AI get built, women can be replaced overnight. Charlie said today they announced sex robots can cook meals in 2019. Yeah, baby. Toxic white male. My brother's about to get married, but he thinks I'm a tinfoil hater. Tinfoil hatter. So I can't say shit anyway. Toxic white male, man, you just got to be there. You just got to say to you just got to tell your brother, this is what's going to happen. When you see the red flags, go, mate, you need to be careful of these red flags. In fact, toxic white male, in a couple of days when I give the link for the ebook, you need to go buy this ebook for $10 from Stand Up Men. It is something you need to read so that you can see the red flags for your brother and help him out when it comes up. And then maybe even get him to read it. Maybe burn some YouTube clips onto DVD and educate him. I've burnt the Red Pill movie to a few people. That's probably not a bad idea, Ralph Wiggum, to do that. As Charlie Brown AU's suggestion. Charlie Brown says, I've been saying when they say I'm getting married. I'm sorry to hear that. Such a high risk for zero reward these days. Have you signed a prenup yet? Funny enough, they don't talk to me. Yeah, man, what can you do? You can lead a horse to water, but you can't make them drink. J.R. Meadows, fuck relationships. Feel you, man. Riff Magos. Welcome, Riff Magos. What's going on, man? And yeah, welcome to you as well, JR. Riff says, these days children provide a chance for parents to live vicariously through them. Who needs that? Exactly. Bob says, Bob says this, listen to this. Guys, whatever you do in life is not going your way. Do the opposite and you will start to see results. Exactly. Godbrother says, toxic white male, I speak my mind around my cousin's girlfriend. She hates it. How I don't give a fuck what she thinks about me. Yeah, she probably also wants your dick as well. In a strange, fucked up kind of way. What's going on, Nomad? Welcome, man. What's up, man? Thank you for joining in. Sayomi says, I've been seeing a lot of women being narcissistic these days. What do you think, Sydney MGTOW? Sayomi, I think you're absolutely spot on. That's exactly what's happening with women these days, with social media, with the rise of dopamine hits, with the click of a button and with the scroll of a smartphone. And you go on the train, you look down, you see everyone's got their face in a smartphone. Even I'm guilty of it sometimes, but at least I'm doing something to create something for myself with that time. And it's tough, right? It's just tough. How do you break that cycle other than take their smartphone off them? It's not going to happen, obviously. So you just gotta let them die alone, I guess, until they work out what they're doing wrong. Toxic White Male says, there was an article today complaining about women's hardship in APS when they account for 59% of jobs. It's only a problem when there are more men than women in an occupation, apparently. Exactly. It's so stupid. And it was so good, actually, when I saw the BBC. There was a bunch of feminists saying, oh, there's men getting paid more than women for the same job. So the BBC is like, okay, we'll go get some auditors in. If we're underpaying anyone, we'll pay them the right amount. Guess what? More men got pay rises than women, because more men were being underpaid for the job that they were doing than women were being underpaid. And of course, now the feminists are like, oh, that's bullshit. Oh, it's all biased. They handpicked the auditor and they told them what they wanted in the report. Why the fuck would the BBC want to pay a bunch of people extra money for nothing? Are you dumb? Are you dumb? Exactly. Sargon just did a video today on BBC and 3 times it was debunked, and they were cucked, and women are getting more and men are getting 3 pay cuts. Exactly. It's unbelievable. God Botherer says, people don't care these days as long as they have a smartphone to show them the football scores and suck their dicks for them. They don't give a shit. Exactly. Totally agree with you. Just unbelievable. And Charlie Brown, they have no... Riff says, Charlie Brown, they've got no real answers to the question why get married. They dial into their pre-programmed crap in their heads. Look, honestly, that's exactly right. You know, we grew up with our parents getting married, and, you know, we see people around us getting married, and everyone's like, oh, congratulations. Oh, congratulations. If you like it, then should have put a ring on it. What? Such a load of shit. So, when you see the ring on that finger, you know, I just want you to take a moment of silence for the poor man who put it on there. Because he's going to get fucked. Because when she's done, when she's finished, when she's bored with him, the ring's going to come off, get sold, the money's going to go in her pocket, she's going to put that finger down, and she's going to go like this. She's going to do that to you. She's going to give that to you after you put the ring on that finger. Eventually. JR says, I'm 37, aging well, women are mad. JR, I'm sure you've heard this saying before. Women age like fine wine. Sorry, men age like fine wine. Women age like milk. Guys, smash that thumbs up if you're in the box. We've got 21 here. Hit that like button, guys. Sweeney Rod, I don't work for myself, but I will soon. I'm Lost said, will 2018 be the start of normies finding red pill? Absolutely, it will be. I'm Lost. I have a lot of faith in that, and there's a lot of signs that that's what's going on. And Charlie says, ring is a sign of cocked. May as well put it around your throat. Even the most alpha males who are doing what they think is the right thing by getting married to this you know, hot, virile partner of theirs, what they're actually doing is they're starting the process of betification. And Stand Up Men writes about this in his ebook. Right, so this is time, and this is alpha. Right, so you start out being alpha as fuck, right? In the beginning, and over time you become more and more beta. It's a very, very interesting curve to look at. Yeah, I saw that, Charlie. I've got 2 Facebook accounts. Just ignore the one you sent the second request to. What else we got here? Riff says, eventually more MGTOW men are going to work for themselves. Exactly. And these MGTOW men are going to start businesses, and they're not going to hire women. They're not going to hire them. There's even more of a wage gap. So feminists, you fucked it up for yourself. You're a bunch of idiots. Morons. Hey, Sergey, happy birthday, man. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Thanks for tuning in tonight, man. I'm almost about to tune out because I've got to go get some dinner shortly. Had a long day. And yeah, Riff raised a very good point as well. These same alphas that get married go on and on about manning up and all that brainwashed shit, because that's what they were told. That's what they were told by people they looked up to, by their dad, by their grandpa. You know, but in the past, right? You got to remember, in the past, when we manned up, we got respect for manning up. Like, for manning up. We got respect for that. We don't get shit now. Because women are like, you just need to man up and get married. Go fuck yourself, bitch. I'm MGTOW. I'm not getting married. I'm not putting myself in a position where you're going to take my money that I worked for, my assets, my life, what I built. That's not yours. That's mine. I'm keeping it. So fuck off. Walk. Get out of my face. There's the door over there. Just keep shoo. Hold up. Toxic white male. So let's be honest, getting married is playing Russian roulette in this environment. Exactly. God Botherer says the cultural crimes of today with the feminism can be blamed on the baby boomers. Exactly. Nomad said I would hire women to work for me in a whorehouse. Exactly. It's the only way you want to hire them. John was on CNN. Whoa, shit. Are you serious, JR? That's awesome. What was he saying on CNN? I hope he didn't get most quoted, because CNN are a bunch of little cuck boys. But then again, I mean, John was convinced to go and coach Eli's program, so I'm not surprised, but hopefully the right message got out from him. Why would a business want to hire women that get pregnant and then you need to hire another person and keep paying for a person not showing up? Exactly. I'm Lost said, looking to retire next year, age 57, 0 debts, own home and 900 grand super. I'm happy to see it all burn. My man, I'm Lost. Big respect for that. I'm glad to see you retiring, before 60 with plenty of assets and money. Good man. I appreciate that. I respect that. Dave said, don't work with them, don't work for them, don't hire them. I'm going to go in a second, guys. I'm just turning the car on. Don't look at them and go as hard as you can your own way. Exactly. Charlie said, postmodern man up equals get cocked and give me your wallet resources. Exactly. Fuck that. Surmi says, I can say more men are going MGTOW than we think. Just look at the birth rates and you'll get their answer. Exactly. Nomad says, the only ring on your finger should be placed by you and not by a hoe. Exactly. David said, my stepbrother's going through a divorce now. He thinks that this is his second divorce now that he has to move. Hang on. My stepbrother's going through a divorce now. The things that this is his second divorce. That shit that he has to move, that's fucked. Unbelievable. Did it to himself, man. Hopefully he learns. MGTOW Gaming. Welcome MGTOW Gaming. Appreciate you. Too true, no more treats for bitches. Exactly. Says CNN lying cocks. Darius did a funny impression of the Russian roulette scene in real life. I want to see John on CNN so much. Great stream, man. Glad I could make it. I'm glad you could make it too, Dave. Thanks for joining in, man. And thank you for the questions. I appreciate you. I'm Lost says, being a lifelong bachelor has put me in good stead, not rocket science. 40 years of average wages and no women to divorce rate me. That's exactly how you get there. It's exactly how you get there. Don't spend money on women. Riff Magos, the more MGTOW men get in shape and look great, having our shit together, being happy, the better example it is to the blue pillars and cocks. Exactly. John says, diamonds are only good for industrial use. See, exactly, like cutting things and building shit and making things happen rather than putting rocks on fingers that are just going to get sold with your money. You're going to lose your money in that finger. All right, thousands of dollars right there for what? To have it taken off and sold on you, and then you get all the rest of your shit taken from you, and no accountability on her part. By the way, guys, my no-fault divorce video got taken down. Must have dropped too much of a truth bomb. So I'm looking forward to redoing that with a bit more focus and a bit more fire. Maybe tomorrow, I'll see how it go. No, you know what? Make it Sunday night. Thank you, MGTOW Gaming. Smash that like button for Sydney. Exactly. Appreciate it, brothers. Diamond tip blades are fucking rough as shit. Cheaper than divorce rate. Exactly. And God Botherer says, Xiaomi, these men are married with families, driving an SUV their wife wanted and finance. Exactly. They want the Lexus, they want the Jag, they want the Mercedes, they want the BMW. You're paying it off for the next 5 years. And guess what? You're 3 years in, you still got another 2 years to pay it off. And they're like, oh, I like the new BMW. I like the new Jaguar. You know what? You'll get what you're given. I'm paying for this shit. It's in my name. You'll get what you're given. If you want to go get a Jaguar SUV, fine. You go take the money that you've got saved up in your little fucking kitty, in your little money box under your bed. You go take that money and you buy one. Oh, that's right. You haven't saved any money because you're too busy spending mine. That's what I thought. Deal with it. God Botherer, the ginger rage. Exactly. I'm guessing YouTube gave you a legit... No, Charlie Brown, this is the best bit, right? That video about no-fault divorce, one of my buddies shared it on a MGTOW Facebook page, and they clicked on it, someone clicked on it, and it just says, video's been removed by user. I didn't get any notifications. They literally just by stealth, they just deleted it on me. So I've already sent feedback saying, where's my fucking video? But yeah, no good reason, just bullshit. Exactly. You are on point when they censor. I'm dropping the truth bombs. Nomad says my uncle was married for 20 years, then had twins. Then his wife dumped him for a younger guy in the similar working position. 20 years for nothing. Lost the house to her. So she dumps your uncle after 20 years. He worked, he toiled, he provided a home, a house for her, put a roof over her head. He built everything. And then she goes, oh, I want some younger dick. See you later, I'm taking the house, fuck off. That's basically what women are allowed to do. Unbelievable. Disgusting. And that's another reason why no fault. You know what? No matter, I'm going to mention that tomorrow. I'm going to mention that on Sunday when I talk about no fault divorce. Again. Maybe get it taken down my YouTube again, and then I'll do another live stream. You ain't stopping me, YouTube. You can't stop me. Guys, by the way, go check me out on Instagram, Minds. I've also got a Patreon page, a Twitter account. You know, a couple of different places. Go check it out. You know, subscribe, follow, whatever you want to do. If you do want to donate $1 a month to my Patreon, patreon.com/sydneymgtow, really appreciate it for this fighting fund. If you want to make an upfront donation with PayPal, paypal.me/sydneymgtow. There's many different things you can do, guys, and anything you can give is appreciated. It all goes towards getting a fair outcome for us, guys. And if the laws are changed before I'm able to do something with that money, I'll put it all towards the Lighthouse Project that gives free defense to men that have been falsely accused. Godbother says all these housewives have to worry about is dropping the kids off of school, yoga and Ellen on Channel 9. Exactly. Even paying for sex workers is still positive cash flow. 5K will buy you lots of blowjobs in a year. All that you want to do is bust a nut and not be a Casanova. Yeah, so I mean, I don't know, man. They just got angry. They just couldn't handle the truth. One of the guys that worked for Trump added me on Twitter the other day. I got a giggle after that. Nice, Charlie Brown. Riff says, Sydney, you can always have an alt account called Ginger Rage MGTOW. Good idea. I might think about that. No fault divorce don't mean shit. If you don't get married, just say no. Exactly, MGTOW Gaming. And Charlie, I do have offline copies. I've got my channel backed up, so hopefully they caught that. Might have a special present for me later in the year working on something for you. Charlie, I look forward to seeing what that is. Thanks, man. I appreciate it. Whatever it is, I appreciate it. Genuinely. Dono says, have you back your channel up? Yes. When I see some guys getting married, it feels like someone's died. Exactly, Sarami. And I had a guy at work the other day, got engaged, and everyone sent him an email saying congratulations except me, because I couldn't bring myself to. Anyway, guys, look, fuck, man, I'm way overdue to go get a feed. This has been going for 40 minutes. Thank you so much, guys, for jumping in. I really appreciate you. Thank you, Sergey, Charlie, Toxic White Male, Sarah Me, I'm Lost, Dono Wales, Harmonic Live, MGTOW Gaming, Riff Magos, God Bother in the house. Thank you, God Bother. I always love having you in my streams. Nomads, Ralph Wiggum, JR, thank you for joining. And Danish Monk, thank you as well. If you haven't gone and checked out Danish Monk, go check him out. He's a good guy. John Boy as well, and whoever else I've missed, I'm sorry, but thank you all for joining in. If you haven't yet subscribed to this channel, hit subscribe, bang the bell next to that, and then go and check out my Patreon. I'm going to be putting more content on that soon, and there are some rewards for different tiers of the Patreon. If you guys can spare $1 or $2 a month, very much appreciated. If you can't, that's totally cool. I do this for you guys because I love you all. But you know, if you can help out, then help out. If you can't, then that's cool as well. Makes no difference in how I see you guys. Onto the plantation with that fella. No, keep him away from the plantation. See you later. Awas Kamkwa. I always struggle with saying that one. Australian de facto relationship divorce rape 2.0 video. I will jot that down and live free. Thanks for jumping in. And sorry I gotta go, man. Alright guys, I am off. Have a great night or a great morning depending on where you are in the world. I appreciate all of you MGTOW brothers. MGTOW 2018, no more games. We are united as one. Stand beside each other. And you know, stand beside your MGTOW brothers. Let's not divide the community. Thank you so much for all jumping in, and peace. See you tomorrow.